What's up, guys? It's Noah, and welcome to part 8 of Doki Outcast. This is Act 3, Chapter 1, Snow Day. And last episode we finished up Act 2, and then at the end it asked me that this scene contains NSFW content, and if I wanted to skip it or not. I'm not entirely sure what that, I'm not entirely sure what it meant. I don't know how graphic it's gonna be, but if it's too graphic, we always just delete. I can always just edit it out because if it is graphic and I don't, then YouTube will Thanos snap me. So let's not have that happen. We'll see what it is. Let's just get into it. Act 3, Chapter 1, Snow Day. A few days pass and my cold has finally gone away. I get up from my bed and stretch. I start getting ready for school. All of a sudden, I get a message on my phone. It's from Sayori. Hey Noah. There's no school today because of the snow. Have fun today. Snow? Really? I go over to my window and look outside. To my surprise, there is a thick blanket of snow outside. I wasn't expecting that at all. I always did enjoy getting off from school because of the snow. So many great memories. What should I do today since there is no school? Maybe I could go see Yuri. I'm feeling much better since I last saw her. I did promise her that we would do something after I got better. All of a sudden, I receive a phone call. I pick up my phone and answer. Hello?
Hi, Noah.
Hey, Yuri. I was just about to call you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was about to ask if you wanted to spend time together since school was out.
That would be wonderful. Did you want to come over?
Sure, I'll be over as soon as I can.
Alright, see you when you arrive. Please be careful on the way here.
Reassuring Yuri that I will do so, I hang up. I then start getting ready. I have to make sure to wear an extra layer of clothing just in case. I finish getting dressed and head downstairs. I'm taking a couple of books, a container of hot cocoa, and a small blanket. I double check to make sure I have everything. That's everything. I finally head outside. Brr, it's cold. And it's snowing, look at that. It's even colder than I expected. I need to get to Yuri's quick. Off to Yuri's house. I arrive at Yuri's house and she invites me in.
You seem a little cold.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting snow at all, to be honest. I kind of forgot that it was winter already.
I know, isn't it exciting? I've always loved the snow. It's just so pretty to look at.
I can think of someone else that's pretty to look at. Got him.
Oh,
I think Yuri caught on really quick. Her entire face is red.
you really think that?
I don't think. I know you are. Yuri's blushing even more.
Thank you, Noah.
I kiss Yuri on the cheek. She smiles at me. So, would you like to do some reading?
Sure, I'd love to.
Great, but before we do, would you like for me to make some hot cocoa, hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate? Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I don't have the mix for it, I'm afraid.
No worries, I brought some.
You did?
I reach into my bag and pull out a small cylindrical container that contains cocoa mix.
Alright, I guess we can have some hot chocolate then. Do you want to go sit down while I make it?
Actually, if you don't mind, I'll make it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I insist.
Alright, go ahead and sit down then. Let me know if you need any help.
Of course. Yuri goes into the living room and sits on the couch. I go into the kitchen. Wait a minute, this is my kitchen. Yeah, okay. Obviously Yuri was just so impressed whenever she saw my kitchen that she was like, "Damn, that's a really nice kitchen." So she just copied the layout of her kitchen to look like my kitchen. That's what happened. It makes perfect sense. I pull out a small cooking pot and some milk. I then pour the milk into the pot and slowly start warming it up. It's ready. I take the pot off the stove and pull out 2 mugs from the cabinet. I pour the milk into each cup and mix it into the cocoa. I carefully take the mugs, one in each hand, and go into the living room. As I enter the living room, I notice that Yuri has built us a fire in the fireplace that's right there in the background. It will really help set the mood, especially on a snowy day like this. As I place the mugs on the table, I can feel the heat from where I'm standing. Yuri turns around.
Thank you, Noah. You're so sweet.
No trouble at all. I sit down next to her. She plants a quick kiss on my cheek as I pull out a blanket for us. We both grab the book, one in each hand, and start reading. It isn't long before we both get lost in the story. We finish a few chapters in silence. I'm completely engrossed in the story. I can see why Yuri gets so involved. Speaking of Yuri, I'm curious as to what she thinks about it. I look over at her. She looks a little worried. It's almost like she isn't paying attention, or at the very least, she can't focus. Is she not enjoying the book? Maybe she's not feeling well. I don't want to assume anything, so I just ask. Yuri? I lightly nudge Yuri's shoulder. Yuri.
Huh?
Yuri snaps back into reality. She was so lost in thought that she must have forgotten I was right next to her. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just a little distracted is all.
Are you sure? We can take a break if you want.
Yeah, I'm fine. Really, it's nothing. Let's continue, shall we?
Yuri asks me nervously, almost as if she's pleading me not to continue the conversation. Alright. I figured it's probably best not to press Yuri for a reason. I don't want to step over any boundaries, so I'll just leave it be, at least for now. We continue reading in silence. We've been reading for a while now. Yuri finally says something.
I can't seem to focus.
Would you like to take a break? We can always come back to it later.
Well, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I make a mental note of where we left off and close the book. I then gently set the book on the table. As I'm doing so, I look over at Yuri's mug. Mine is nearly half empty, but Yuri barely touched her mug at all. Yuri turns around and looks outside. I thought at first she was admiring the snow, but it looks like she's staring into nothing. Something is on her mind. Wondering what it could be. It's beautiful out there, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Even her voice doesn't have the same tone I'm so used to. I'm so confused. Yuri? Yuri looks at me.
Yes?
Is something wrong?
No, everything's fine.
Yuri.
No, really, I'm fine.
Yuri, if there's something that's bothering you, you can tell me. I'm here for you. Yuri looks away.
I know. I'm just afraid to tell you.
Yuri, you don't have to be afraid to tell me anything.
You'll hate me if I did.
No, I won't. I promised to be here for you, remember? Yuri stands up. She slowly paces the room with her arms crossed. As she does so, I look into her eyes. Yuri looks like she's on the verge of crying. What could possibly be going through her mind? I give her the time she needs. Yuri takes a deep breath.
Noah, do you ever get this feeling that the good things you have in life will never last? That you won't have the time to truly appreciate what you have?
What the hell? It just skipped 5 lines, damn it. Where was I? Oh, it skipped 1 line.
And before you know it, what you do have will be gone forever?
I think to myself for a moment. I've never been asked such a serious question like this before. I suppose I do. I think we all have that feeling from time to time. Is there a reason you're feeling that? Yuri looks at me. Wait, are you saying that you're afraid of losing me? Yuri doesn't answer, but simply nods. Yuri, I would never leave you. I love you. Yuri starts crying.
I love you too, Noah. There's something you need to know.
Yuri shrugs. Even though Yuri's crying profusely, she's trying desperately to hold back her tears. She then raises her hand to her sleeve. She slowly pulls it back. As she pulls on her sleeve, I stare in utter shock. Her arm is completely covered in scars. Some are old, while others are fresh. I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. Oh, God. I stand up and go over to Yuri. I hold her arm and examine it closely. She looks away ashamed. Yuri, why? Why would you do this? She hesitates for a moment before speaking again. She's choking on her own words.
I've been lonely for the better part of my life. The knife collection was just that, a collection. But as the years went by, I became more reserved. People always rejected me and treated me as a burden. I became more sad, and eventually I would resort to cutting. I felt like it was the only way to cope with my problems. Reading and writing helped a little, but it was only a temporary relief. I eventually did it so much that I got accustomed to the pain, and I could never stop doing it.
Does your father know? Yuri shakes her head.
I've kept it a secret from him for as long as I can remember. You're the only person I've ever told.
Yuri.
I've never told anyone because I had nobody else to share with. Nobody would care, at least. I was afraid of telling you because I thought you'd leave me. You're the only person that accepted me for who I am. And I was keeping secrets from you. This is just how it has to be. I'll be this way for the rest of my life. A lonely, shy girl that nobody loves. I betrayed your trust, Noah. I'm sorry.
Yuri walks into her bedroom, feeling ashamed. I gently call out to her, but she ignores my plea. Not knowing what to say, I get up from the couch and follow her. Yuri's sitting on her bed, hands covering her face. As I take a moment to compose myself, I calmly sit down next to her. I've been so caught off guard that I have a hard time telling her how I feel. Taking it slowly, I wrap my arms around her. Yuri returns my embrace shortly after. Oh, how sweet. This is a nice CG. I actually really like this artwork. I gently pat Yuri's head.
Yeah, your hugs are so warm.
It's okay, Yuri. We remained silent for a while. Yuri, I'm sorry. She looks at me.
What are you sorry for?
For not trying harder to understand your situation. You've always said that you were treated differently, but I never realized that it was this bad. She's crying into my shirt. Oh, it has different facial expressions too. This is a really good artwork, I'm not gonna lie.
After all these years, I found someone who finally accepted me and loved me for who I was. I was selfish and kept things hidden from you. When I met you, I started to feel happy again. I even tried to stop cutting entirely. But I guess some things never really go away. I'm sorry I never told you, Noah.
It still doesn't change my mind about you. Oh, I like that image.
Really?
Not one bit. I like the sad smile. Yuri, no matter how bad things may get, I will never leave you. When I told you that I love you, I meant it. You're such an amazing person. You're talented, beautiful, and just very genuine. You're unlike any girl I've ever met. Trust me, I'm not mad at you. I want to help you. I don't want you to hurt yourself anymore.
I want to stop, but I'm not sure if I can. No matter how much I tell myself I shouldn't be doing it, these urges, they always come back. It's a never-ending cycle.
I'm going to help you in any way I can. Have you considered seeing a therapist?
I have, yes.
Maybe you should give it a try.
I want to, but I'm afraid I don't want to go alone.
Would it help if I came with you? We both release each other. Yuri wipes away her tears.
You would do that for me?
Without a doubt, Yuri. I'm here for you. I don't care how long it takes. I want to see you get better. Yuri smiles at me.
Noah.
Or what? I expect Yuri to say something, but she simply hugs me. I fall back down onto the bed. Yuri then starts kissing me. Okay, Yuri, calm down. I'm a little shocked at first, but I kiss her back. She wraps her arms around my neck. I do the same. Yuri's lips are soft, just like I remember from last time. Yuri presses her chest against mine, adding to my excitement. I can even smell her perfume. Is it lavender scented? Maybe jasmine. Regardless, it's very enticing. It smells wonderful and it isn't overpowering. It's almost like she planned this before I came over. This is so overwhelming that I can hardly breathe. Not that I'm disliking my current situation. Yuri stops to tell me something.
I love you, Noah. I always have.
I can hardly speak. Partially because I'm nearly out of breath from our lips being locked together, but also because of these words. Even though we both expressed our feelings for each other in the past, it never fails to make me happy. I love you too, Yuri. I can't imagine my life without you. She smiles and then goes right back to kissing me. Just like when I first kissed Yuri, I learned that she was surprisingly very good at it. She's even better now. Just when I think it's over, we continue for a little longer. After what feels like an eternity, Yuri finally moves back to let me catch my breath. It feels like I just re-emerged from the ocean's surface, grasping desperately for air. Well, that was unexpected. Yuri giggles all of a sudden. What's so funny?
I wasn't done yet.
What do you mean you're not done yet, Yuri? Yuri's heavily blushing.
One moment.
Yuri? What are you doing? What are you doing, Yuri? Before I can even finish my sentence, Yuri already started removing her sweater, followed by other pieces of oh no. Her clothes hit the oh no. All I can do is stare in amazement. Yuri's body is perfectly curved. I quickly begin removing. Okay. Oh, so that's what it meant by NSFW content. That's very explicit. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Yeah, there's no chance I'm gonna be able to have this in the YouTubes. I'll cut all this out. And we're back. That was very Matt just put straight up hentai in his mod. That's very interesting. Well done, Matt. Well done. Gotta put in fan service somewhere. Let's continue because I only have 19 minutes. I'll cut that out. It was only like 20 seconds. So very realistic. Good job. Act 3, Chapter 2, Lonely Reading Session. A few days later. Alrighty. And it's some Yuri speaking, so I need to raise my volume. Go. Go.
I'm not sure if I want to go to school this morning. Maybe I can make up something for my absence. Would anyone even realize that I'm gone? I'm just afraid of seeing that student again. I know he'll make fun of me. Why am I so weak? Why can't I be strong like everyone else? I look over at my shelf. Maybe just one more time. Yeah, one last time. Then I'll never do it again.
Interesting. Yuri, you shouldn't do it. Don't do it, Yuri. It's not worth it. Oh god, the music's so loud. Let's just lower that. We'll lower that a bit. Okay. I've been working on my paper in quite some time now. I woke up a little early this morning before school to finish it. And done. It took me a while to finish, but I'm proud of what I've written. I immediately put it in my school bag. Even though the snow is gone, I make sure to grab a jacket as well. Better safe than sorry. I head outside. Just as I expected, it's a little warmer. I start walking to school. The school day goes on like normal and it's nearly over. As Mrs. T wraps up her lecture, she asks if anyone's ready to turn in their assignment. I go up to her desk and hand her my assignment. Let's see, I didn't really give Mrs. T a good voice.
You seem very enthusiastic, Noah. Are you proud?
I am. I think it turned out very good.
Well, good to hear. I can't wait to read it.
Oh, one more thing. Would it be alright if I can have it back when you're done grading it?
I don't see why not.
Thanks, Mrs. T. She nods and I head back to my seat. The bell rings shortly after and I head out into the corridor. It's time for the club. I can't wait to see Yuri. You know, something tells me that Yuri's not going to be at the club today. I make it to the club. I peek inside. Wait. I see everyone else except Yuri. Where is she? I enter the club room. Everyone is engaged in their normal activities. Monica looks at me.
Hey Noah. How are you doing?
I'm well. Monica looks at me with a concerned expression.
Is something wrong?
No, not really. I was just wondering where Yuri is.
I'm not sure actually. She's usually here by now.
Maybe she's just running late. Maybe so. I'm sorry, Monica. I didn't intend to make it a big deal.
No, you don't have to apologize, Noah. I understand. You care about Yuri's well-being.
I nod in agreement. I'm sure she'll be here soon. I'm just going to sit and read it for a bit if that's alright.
Sure, go right ahead. I'll be here if you need anything.
Thank you, Monica. Monica goes back to talking with Sayori. Natsuki's reading her manga. I plop down into my seat, pull out my book, and start reading. You know, I mean, to be fair, no one could just like text Yuri and be like, hey, where you at? But I've been reading for almost half an hour now. Yuri still hasn't shown up. Where could she be? I take out my phone and check for any messages. Nothing.
Hey.
I turn around. Natsuki's standing there.
This is a literature club, not a texting club.
Mind your own business. Sorry, I got distracted.
Is something wrong, Noah?
Well, it's just that Yuri hasn't shown up. I was just curious why she's not here.
Well, maybe something came up and she couldn't make it. Why are you so worried anyway? I get that she's your girlfriend and all, but she can handle herself, you know?
I know, it's just... I was about to answer, but I saw myself at the last second. I'm the only one that Yuri has spoken to about her cutting problem. It wouldn't be wise to bring that up, at least not right now. I don't want to breach her privacy on the subject. Yuri will tell the girls when she's ready. For now, I have to keep it between us both. I just worry, that's all.
I get that, but you don't need to worry constantly. It's not going to make anything better.
Natsuki said that a little too loudly. Sayori and Monica look in our direction. They quickly dismiss the conversation and go back to what they were doing previously. They probably didn't want to intervene.
Well, I'm going to head back to my reading. Don't worry about it so much. Yuri's fine. Just try and relax. Okay?
Alright, I will. Natsuki walks back to her desk. I guess she's right. Maybe I was being a little paranoid. It's hard not to be sometimes. Especially after what Yuri showed me. She's already been through enough. I can't bear the idea of her doing any more harm to herself. Maybe I should just read some more. I need to take my mind off of this. Time passes and Monica calls out to us. Okay, everyone. It's all about time for us to leave. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everyone starts packing up and we exit the room. Sayori and I walk home together. The walk is quiet most of the way. Sayori timidly glances at me from time to time. Is she worried about me? I really need to do a better job at hiding my emotions. Sayori eventually stops and comes forth with what's been on her mind.
Are you okay, Noah? You look a little upset.
Yeah, I'm okay. I was just curious about Yuri.
Oh, that's right. She didn't show up, did she?
I shake my head.
Don't worry. I'm sure she'll be at the club tomorrow. She probably had something come up.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. See you tomorrow, Sayori. Sayori waves goodbye and leaves. I head home myself. I lie down on my bed. I keep thinking about Yuri. And I'm being too paranoid about this. It was only one day, but still. Maybe I should just get some rest. I'm sure it'll help take my mind off it. Tomorrow will be a better day. Hopefully. We can only hope. I think that's the end of the chapter, and that's what I'm going to end it here. Thankfully that chapter wasn't too long, so it timed out perfectly. That was actually a perfect length chapter. So what happened? And let's see. Let's recap. We learned about Yuri's self-harm, which is a big deal. That's obviously a very big climactic part of the story. And then afterwards, Yuri and MC had some intimate moments, but we'll just ignore that. And then she didn't come the next day. So I'm guessing, obviously, it showed in that scene by herself, she cut herself again. So I guess we're gonna see. I'm interested to see how the story takes place and how it exactly deals with her self-harm problem. Now that, you know, the cat's out of the bag with her self-harm, I'm interested to see how MC takes that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, other bullshit stuff. And I will see you all in the next video.